Now let's look at this same problem that we were just looking at in our last video. A sample of 500 nursing applications included 60 from men. Find the 90% confidence interval that the true proportion of men who applied to the nursing program. Okay, so I went through all of this work. I found my error. I found my point estimate. I had to find my critical value. And I got to this end point. What we've noticed up to this point in the year is that our calculator is often really helpful if we know how to use it. Just like we did when we were looking at intervals, confidence intervals for the mean, we can use our calculator to find a confidence interval of the mean as well. So if you go to your stat button and over to tests, so we hit the stat button and then we went over to test, there's all these different tests. You want to scroll down until you get to 1 proportion z interval. So we want 1 prop z int. If you choose 1 prop z int, you're going to be asked to input some information. You're going to be asked to input x, n, your confidence level, and then it's going to say calculate. You can identify x directly from the problem. X we identified to be 60, n was 500, and our confidence level we want to input as a decimal, so our confidence level was 0.9. So I'm going to input that here. 60, 500, 0.9. It gives me my p hat. So the output it gives me, I'm going to start here. My p hat it gives me is 0.12. So this is my best point estimate. Then it gives me my interval. So these values up here, these are your interval estimate of the, that's your confidence interval estimate of the proportion. So that is saying your proportion is between 0.096 is less than p is less than 0.144. This exactly matches what we got above. So we get exactly the same thing by using our calculator, but instead of going through all of this math, we're able to do it in one quick step. I then found this. I can interpret it using the same interpretation. One thing that this doesn't give me is this doesn't give me the error, and I'm sometimes interested in what the error is. You have a couple options of how you can do this. My favorite way is to take the upper limit, so your maximum estimate, and subtract p hat, and this should give you your error. So if I take my maximum and I subtract p hat, I've got 0.144 minus 0.12. So I can do that on my calculator. 0.144 minus 0.12 is going to give me 0.024 as my error. And if we look at the error I calculated before, it's also 0.024. So you are welcome to use your calculator for all of these problems. You should know how to find your critical values and how to find the error and the point estimate through doing math in case you're asked to do it that way, and to understand the process. But your calculator can do it for you in one quick step if you're trying to do a full problem.